The modern marketing campaign can come in so many different forms. So whether you're doing traditional like TV or radio, or you're doing in-person marketing like an activation, or you're going digital through things like video, there's so many different ways to get your message across to your target audience. For those who decide to go the digital route and get their message out through social media, there's a number of things you should consider before you start spending money online. To have a strategy before you go in will drastically improve the outcome of your campaign. The very first thing you want to do before you make any post or do anything on social media is to have a strategy. Now, this is a word that's thrown around a lot. Make sure you strategize this, strategize that, but what does it really mean? Well, first of all, what is the purpose of your campaign? Is it brand awareness? Are you trying to sell something B2C? Is it B2B? What are you trying to accomplish with this campaign? Next, you want to outline your KPIs. So these are your key performance indicators. So these are the variables that would equate a successful campaign for you. So whether that be X number of people visiting your website, X number of dollars made in a month, X number of followers gained, whatever it is that feeds into your purpose, you need to set those KPIs. So next you want to decide on the duration of your campaign. So are you going to run it for a week, a month, 2 months, 3 months? You need to decide on that so you can allocate your budget and plan your content around that. Next, you need to identify your target audience. So a lot of marketers will propose that you build a persona, and this is a very effective way to get an idea of who you're speaking to and how the most effective way to get across to them will be. So say for example, you identify someone named John, and John is 35, he makes $45,000 a year, and he has X interests. So now you can tailor your message to someone who's like John because he fits into your persona. Next, you want to identify your distribution channels. So today there are so many different social media channels, whether you're using video and sharing on YouTube, or you're using Twitter or Facebook or Google AdWords, wherever it is, it should be the place that your target audience uses the most. Next is the dreaded B word, budget. How much are you going to set aside to achieve your purpose? So how important is this to you, and how long are you going to run this campaign, and how much content are you going to use to get your point across? So be realistic with how much you're willing to spend, and be realistic with how much what you're willing to spend will help you achieve your KPIs. So next you're going to have to create your ClickFunnels. So this is essentially the journey of content that you're going to encourage your viewer to follow along. So a lot of times what people are doing today is retargeting ads to people who happen to already visit their website. So you have people that you can already assume are at least somewhat interested in what you offer. So the standard order of content is going to look like awareness, nurture, convert, then delight. So first thing you want to do is establish awareness with your potential clients. So you want them to know what your company is, what it does, and what the purpose of your campaign is. So a good way to do that is to retarget ads to people who have already been to your website, and you can have a pretty good idea that they've already consumed enough content to understand what you do. Next, we want to nurture them. So these people that have visited your website, we send them another ad that feeds into that interest that they've already established with you by visiting your website. So say for example, you're selling cars. Your retargeting ad is 0% down financing on a car. You can display it on Facebook, Instagram, wherever your target audience might be visiting, and they can click back through to your website. And at this point, we're going to give your viewer the option to convert their interest into a sale. So what that looks like for your business is going to be different from the next guy. So that could be, add to cart, that could be donate, that could be sign my petition. Whatever your call to action is for your campaign, that's where you're going to display it. And the final piece of the puzzle is you want to delight your customers. So obviously they purchase whatever it is that you offer because they feel like it will bring value to them, or they have an emotional attachment with that. And that's great, but we want to offer things that will create brand loyalty. So whether that is offering to have them on your mailing list to get special offers, or whatever it is, you want them to wear your brand on their backs. An absolutely crucial element of your campaign is to have consistent and captivating messaging. Now, this is something that seems so obvious, that your copy, every post should sound like it's the same voice, but you'd be surprised how often this is overlooked. So this is an absolute crucial, I'll preach this till I'm blue in the face, but you need to have strong messaging that gets to the point and is consistent across all of your content. And speaking of content, whether you decide to go with video, pictures, what have you, you want this to be visually grabbing. Your aesthetic should not only speak to your brand, but should also speak to the target audience you're trying to reach. Say for example, you own a car rental dealership that rents exotic cars to people so they can enjoy, drive down by the shore in the summer. You're gonna wanna use imagery and content that will speak to that potential client. So what does this audience wanna see? They wanna see flashy cars because they wanna feel excited. They wanna have that emotional connection. So you need to evoke that through your content. And finally, when you have everything prepared and you're ready to press play on your digital marketing campaign, you have to be ready to be flexible. So that's one of the beautiful things that we have in today's marketing era, is we can get live analytics, live data on how your campaign is performing. So say for example, you put a few dollars into Facebook and you put some dollars into Instagram, and you see that Instagram is performing a lot better than Facebook and it's simply not rendering a very good ROI. You take some money from this budget, allocate it over here. So it's very important to be flexible. The digital marketing sphere is forever changing, but the building blocks to actually creating a successful marketing campaign, I think will last for a very long time. And once you learn what works best for your brand and your audience, you can continue to sharpen up your skills and just continue to get better and better every campaign. It's all a learning process, and all you gotta do is try.